Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to take a look at Shadow Raids. Shadow Raids now got officially announced for Pokemon Go, and you're going to take a look at everything you need to know for those ones. We're going to get back Shadow Mewtwo, and we're actually going to get back Shadow Shiny Mewtwo, which is even insaner. Like, honestly, we haven't had this ever before, but now we're gonna get Shadow Shiny Mewtwo from Raids, and Raids going to be available for this Pokemon from the 27th to the 28th of this month. So we're going to have basically 2 days only to do as many Shadow Mewtwo raids as possible. I'm going to try to grant that one out as well, but they seem to be a little bit difficult, more towards them later on as well. So like, they're going to be definitely a little bit more difficult. Here we're going to see other Shadow Raids, but those also already start appearing from the 22nd of May. So those appear a little bit earlier than Mewtwo, but as you're going to see here, we're going to get Shadow Poliwag in there again, which is really good because we haven't had this one for ages, I feel like. Shadow Machop, also very cool one to hunt down for right now. Bellsprout, interesting one as well for Great League. Shadow Beldum, of course, also good for the Master League as well. Bayleaf, Quilava, and Croconaw, not really the best ones to be fair, but Shadow Sneasel also going to be interesting. The thing is, with those, they're usually most likely going to have the raid IV as well. So if you want to have anything good with that one, like you only have a raid to raid a few to get a purified Hundo for them, which is kind of wild. So like, those going to be very decent Pokemon to get as well. Otherwise, you're going to have through the same event also normal raids again, which you're going to see here on the screen. Also Regigigas, please invite me to that one. But otherwise, we're going to have here some wild encounters. Nothing too crazy for the wild encounters, to be fair, like nothing too crazy. Skorupi and Stunky are both two Pokemon very good for PvP. Otherwise, Scraggy in the wild is kind of okay for us. Event bonuses, more Pokestops and balloons, like with Team Go Rocket, which is going to be very decent for us. Some field research to collecting a mysterious component, as well as Stardust rewards. The Master Ball, which I already made a video about, going to be available. We're going to get a new pose, which looks kind of like Mewtwo's pose, which is kind of cool, which is something that is very nice. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and go take a look real quick at the same time at the trailer for this one. And small, very cool trailer itself, but also, I don't know, like, yeah, it's a very short one as well. We're going to see here just the takeover of a gym getting taken over by Team Go Rocket, of course, or nothing that you would ever see like this in the game. But it's still very nicely made, so just appreciate the moment for this one real quick. But we're going to take a look a little bit at some mechanics for those raids, which are going to be a little bit interesting, because they are not as you might expect them. They are not just normal standard raids put into a Shadow variant. We're going to see this now after this short trailer here as well, so you're going to see the Mewtwo on top of it. It's basically all for it, and they just announced that it's going to be at the times that I already showed you. Yeah, we're going to see it here already. We're going to see Giovanni next to it, which is kind of funny. Mewtwo on top of it. It seems like for 1 hour. I don't know if it's actually for 1 hour. Would be definitely kind of cool. Going to most likely go outside for the weekend and just try to see if I can do as many as I can. Especially for the Shadow Shiny Mewtwo, that's going to be amazing to have. As well as so for like Hundos, if you want to purify them later on. If you have like a 13, you can just purify them and have a Hundo Mewtwo, which is going to be even better. So like, that's going to be kind of wild. Yeah, we're going to see here how many they're actually going to, like how many raids we're going to actually get here. But the thing is, you're going to see that they're going to be stronger than before. They're going to have a shadowy strength, basically starting for 3 and 5 star raids. They're going to get enraged as long as the battle goes on, which is going to allow them to have more defense as well as a more attacking power, which is going to be an interesting one, how good it's going to actually be in Pokemon Go, like how much it's going to make difference. But basically, you're gonna get them so strong that's very difficult later on to actually take them out. So most likely it's going to be a more difficult variants of normal raids, especially like this is going to be an interesting new mechanic, which you're going to see as well. But you can also kind of negate this with the new Purified Gems. We're going to take a look at this a little bit more afterwards as well again. But Purified Gems are something that you can make out of Shadow Shards, which is going to be a new item that you can get from Team Go Rocket battles, that you can get like use with Professor Will's new Shard Refiner to make those Purified Gems. Those basically can negate the boost from the raids there, just for a temporary time. But if you have like a lot of trainers use those gems against those raids, we're going to have to see how this is actually going to look, because I haven't seen it here at least. we're going to be able to, no, here, down on the bottom. You see it here on the bottom as well. I didn't actually see it there yet. There we have like those small shards down there that you can use in order to make them a little bit weaker again. Try to get rid of the enraged status as well if you have a lot of them used against them. So that's going to be an interesting mechanic. So you can basically farm them up at normal rockets and see like and use them then basically when you have those raids available, which is going to be an interesting one. Here, last one for today though as well, going to be the graphic of Ghost Stadium, which is going to show most of it again here as well. Going to have the shard refiner, we're going to have the shadow shards, and we're going to have the purified gem, which is going to be allowing us to get basically out of this non-enraged state. So it's going to be an interesting one here as well. Otherwise, here again, those raids that you're going to be able to use. And we're also going to see here for the 27th of May, all gyms will host shadow raids. So it's going to be an interesting one for that day as well. Especially also for, of course, Mewtwo, which is the thing that most people are going to be interested in. Otherwise, yeah, this is going to be the new post, which is definitely inspired by Mewtwo, which is going to be an interesting one. And yeah, that's going to be it for this event. How do you think this is going to be for you? Like, is it a cool event that you're going to be excited for? I think it's going to be a nice one where Niantic can build up on, because you can basically do like an event like this once season or something for different legendary Pokemon again. While still maybe giving Giovanni is definitely his name, Giovanni a different legendary Pokemon that you can get through the radar. I think it's a cool idea, I'm definitely down for it. But sadly, you're not going to be able to use, it seems like, remote raids for Shadow Mewtwo, so you have to do them in person, so that's going to be a little tricky. Have fun doing that one in small areas. I've only seen that you can use, I think you can use remotes for the normal Shadow raids, but I guess you cannot do them for Mewtwo. Guess it's a special raid boss. That's kind of sad to see, to be fair. I didn't actually see that before, so it's going to be a little bit awkward. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I see you in the next one. Bye!